Hello everyone, welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm Endrit Cela, here to unpack a day on Wall Street that saw more twists than a corkscrew. Let's dive right in. Yesterday, the markets ended with mixed feelings. The Nasdaq Composite managed to eke out a gain, rising about 0.1% thanks largely to Tesla, which soared around 12% following its earnings announcement. Despite missing some financial targets, Elon Musk's promise to accelerate the rollout of more affordable electric vehicles seemed to spark some much-needed optimism. On the other hand, the Standard & Poor's 500 barely stayed in the green, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average dipped slightly by about 0.1%. Now, why did we see this sort of mixed performance? Well, bond yields were on the move again, with the 10-year Treasury yield climbing about 6 basis points to 4.66%, approaching its peak for the year. Higher yields can dampen enthusiasm for stocks, particularly in high-growth sectors like tech, which makes the market's resilience yesterday all the more interesting. And speaking of tech, the Magnificent Seven are back in the spotlight. With Tesla setting a positive tone, all eyes are now on Meta, which reported after the close. And by the way, Meta reported that its revenue in the first quarter of fiscal 2024 jumped 27% year over year to $36.45 billion, which slightly surpassed analyst forecasts. The stock price did not react similar to Tesla. On the contrary, the stock price dropped over 10% on the news. The stakes are high, especially with the recent news about President Biden's move that could impact TikTok, a key rival. We're also keenly awaiting earnings from Microsoft and Alphabet, set to report today. These big tech giants have a significant influence on market sentiment, so their results could well dictate the direction for the rest of the week. So, what's next? Investors will be parsing these tech earnings for signs of strength in the sector and clues about the broader market's trajectory. As we've seen, sentiment can shift on a dime, and with big tech at the helm, expect some waves. That's all for today's episode of Capital Markets Quickie. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to join me tomorrow when we dissect the fallout from these tech titans' earnings and more. Keep an eye on the markets and stay informed.